Welcome this week to another week of Myriad Song, where we will rejoin our party in a perilous situation after we do introductions. I'm Eli. I'll be the game master. We'll start with Arkloyd.
Hello, I'm Mark Lloyd. I play Nefero Banfree, the Trudon mercenary. My motto is one shot, one kill. And let me look at my goals. This one. Retrieve the keys from planets Orcon, already done. Rodera, I think we're there, or we're on Deluxe. I can't remember which.
Delix. You're on the planet of Delix.
That's Nefero for you.
Awesome. Rafferty, you want to go next?
Hey, hello world, I'm Norman Rafferty. I am playing Ezreal, the paramilitary human mercenary. My motto is never kill for free. And I'm also here to retrieve the keys from Deluxe.
And Raktus?
I am plenipotentiary Alexandre Isnome. Sorry, I sneezed in the middle of that. Isnome, aristocratic Cuban noble. Personality is proud. Motto is a rising tide floats all boats.
I always forget those other two things at the end. And Griffin.
Hey, I'm Griffin. I'm playing Mitherland, the Lampier agitator with a liberatory personality, and her motto is down with our oppressors.
Last time, our party is trying to hunt down the signal of the key on the planet of Delix, and they've made their way into the crystal caves that form the center of the planet of Delix. At the entrance, they killed two creatures that seemed to be guarding the entrance, and that fight went really well. However, those weren't the adults, and the adult creature in fact chased you down and has now confronted the party. I believe the Lord Alexander and his and Mitherland, I believe, have fled, which leaves us with Neferu, Ezreal, and a huntsman, along with Neferu's doctor as well, facing this beast, which has been hurt, but that's not enough to send it packing or to even slay it. It's just been making its soaks. So I guess the first question is, how are you all doing on conditions? How are people? Is anyone injured? Is anyone hurt? How are people looking?
Nefero is prone, and Yvonne Gok, my ally, is guarding.
One of my hunters is dead. The other one is still technically standing.
Yeah, and I'm actually untouched, but I'm running low on ammo.
I'm about 100%. First round, I ran away.
Well, that's a good way to preserve yourself. Last turn was the player's turn, and everyone got pretty smacked up, if I recall, or where you landed a bunch of hits, but it just wasn't enough to get through its armor. It was just enough to keep applying hurt, but not enough to add any other conditions to it.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to have to it would have to recover from reeling because you would hit it last, and let's see, is anyone
in a frenzy state, which means it has to attack?
I think it got hit hard enough for that, or
changed? Yeah, it's no longer enraged because it at one point did become panicked, and that stopped it from being enraged, but it removed its frenzy.
Meanwhile, Nefero is frenzied.
Nefero is frenzied. It is in range of a number of you, but what it's going to actually do is it's going to move forward so that all of you are within counterattack range. And that's going to be its turn.
Yeah, it moves and comes forward with menace.
Yeah, it menacingly rumbles forward, the crystals causing rocks in the cavern to fall down and crystal shards to break. And that leaves us to the valiant hero's turn.
So Nefero's prone, right?
Yes, that's what that little.
Okay,
weird
well,
means.
unless the doctor removes the enrage, Neferu is going to stand up and attack.
Right. So I think that would be the best course of action to have the doctor. He would leave guarding because it's a new turn,
Okay.
and I think the best way I have to get rid of enraged is to use my bad medicine because I've already used Eldoom, and that takes a rest to refresh.
Bad medicine.
Okay, wow, that's a lot. So that's what, 4 boons?
Wow, that's that. Holy smokes.
Yeah. So let's definitely remove enraged.
Yeah, did you get tagged vulnerable? I thought somebody got tagged vulnerable. I might be mistaken.
That got rallied away.
Got removed.
That
Oh,
already got rallied away. But that was Neferu. When he got knocked down, he was also made vulnerable.
Okay, so remove enrage. Do you have any other debuffs?
Nope, just prone.
Okay,
And
well.
can't work with that.
And don't you have to make a roll, or do we do the roll for addiction later?
We do that at the end. And
Okay.
Oh, because he's using it a second time, he hasn't recharged.
Oh no, the first time I did the medicine, it was Eldoom medicine. I picked this character for a reason, and then the second time is bad medicine. So that would
Yeah,
be
no, he has both a built-in he's a fungus that grows on this other creature, so he generates his own medicine. So he has both good medicine and bad medicine, and now we've used both.
yes.
All right. It all seems to work. So, is there a chance that you get addicted? And what does that
The
look like?
bad medicine, yes,
Yes.
but I can look that up. That was the doctor's turn. So Neferu, are you going to get up and run, or
Well,
are you
the
going
doctor
to?
would also run after that,
Okay,
Okay.
so he's going to run.
and the Pharaoh is going to get up and run.
All right.
And Pharaoh's going to get up and run. All right. Well, this is going to be fun.
It's you and the creature, and one hunter.
Um, I'm going to run the other way.
You're
going
gonna
to
run towards it. Oh, okay.
No. I mean, is there one passage or two?
It's one large passageway that you're traveling through.
Oh, snap! I can't think of anything else to do. Yeah, I'm gonna run.
Okay.
My hunter's gonna take a look, see that they have one blood left, look at the thing, everyone else running, and they're gonna run too.
Oh, I thought he was gonna take the shot.
No,
He can do it.
not that foolish. They've seen what happens.
It might be territorial, and we did hurt it, so maybe after we get out of here, it'll give up. We'll find out.
Yeah, so it turns to its turn, and there is a corpse in front of it. And as all of you run, you can see it start tearing into the body in front of it, and feeding itself. And as you run and like make your twists and turns, you can hear it roar. It echoes through the entire caverns.
Whew. Any fight you can walk away from is a good one.
We're sure not walking though.
And I assume at some point you've all breathlessly catch up with each other at some distance away.
Yeah, my run's only 17 meters. I don't know how fast you guys run.
I think
mean,
I'm like restricted down to like 10 to 12.
It's more about the amount of time that I had to run.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
way ahead of us.
Yeah, you ran first. Lisk right next to you.
You have a better run than my doctor.
Look, I saw a bad situation coming, and I knew where to be.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not going to hold that against you.
It was a dangerous situation, but you nearly made it through.
We're down a man. What was his name again?
Adhelion number 2.
Ah,
You-
Oh,
right.
well, number one.
Oh yes, of the number one family.
At
Great
Hillian number 2, he
supporters.
goes, no, I am at Hillian number 2. That was my brother at Hillion number 1.
The number
you
ones
should
were
have, like,
always
a-
great supporters of the arts.
Oh, you've just been promoted to number 1.
Jeffrey, no. Wait, you had a name?
All right.
So, no one hasn't gained any conditions from that. So you got out of it pretty unscathed. Just lost
We
a little bit
lost
of
some
ammunition.
gear.
Yeah, just
We got out of that unscathed. We just lost a man.
A man is dead.
Now that scene seems to be over,
yeah.
0 successes, fatigued and addicted.
And now you're addicted.
What is he addicted to? What is this exact
Drugs.
substance that he's been hooked on?
I guess if it would removed enraged, it's got to be a depressant. Some inside baseball here. Originally, we were drafting this huge section in the book on alien medicine, and then we said, well, what if some of the characters are plants, and what if some of you are robots? And then we said, let's just make one gift and just stop.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that large list.
I thought it was pretty cool, but it was just getting away from us.
My Towser confusion drugs carried around all the time.
Yeah, I thought I regretted losing your character, but okay, so you're hooked on hard drugs. You can't rest unless you get a fix.
All right.
Depression. Trying to sleep on cocaine would suck.
That's true.
It's pretty pillowy.
well,
It's like
lucky
sand.
there.
It's like sleeping on sand.
Yeah, so you're only in trouble tonight.
And so after
Actually,
that fight,
wait,
you have
before-
to
I don't want to be addicted. Could I possibly have my patient personality prevail?
Didn't you already use that?
It's not marked, so
Okay.
I mean, you did last session. I don't know if this is.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
thank
you
for
used it
reminding
last session.
It's not per session, it's per rest. You can't get your personality back until you rest.
And you can't rest because you're addicted. The very thing you want to use patient on.
You can still rest. It's bad medicine doesn't actually have a limit. You can pump people full of drugs all day long.
Woo!
All right,
Oh, so
usually
you
when I
can't
do
use-
that, I mark it and then I save it, and I guess I hadn't done that this one time.
Yeah, but bad medicine is infinite, but you could stay addicted forever. And also, you're fatigued. When you're fatigued, this means that if you become reeling for any reason, like because of a stunt or because you're hit in combat, you fall down.
Mm-hmm.
No, the problem is every time we dose you again, you then have to roll see if you become addicted again. So in other words, he could be locked in this forever.
I know. Let's cure the fatigue with more medicine.
What could go wrong?
Absolutely.
It's not like you can get double addicted.
You can cure the fatigue with bad medicine. So we could remove that right now. You just pump them and the fatigue is gone. You're feeling great. You're still addicted because you can remove fatigue. You can't remove addicted. It's almost like you're a drug pusher.
So I guess in the meanwhile, we have made plenty of ground on this thing at this point.
Yeah,
No, we've
man.
lost a lot of ground. We haven't gained any ground.
Well, we don't know where we are, and also I hope we don't have to go back out the same way we came back in.
Probably.
Why not?
Because we might have to fight that thing again, and it's immune to magnum bullets.
We ran backwards, not forwards. The thing is still in front of us.
Oh, I thought that was
There are other branches in this tunnel though, so you could chart a way around it.
Well, I
Well,
just
it's
mean to say that
probably-
we can still go backwards. Backwards is fine. Forwards is the problem.
Yeah.
Well, are we scrubbing the mission, or are we going to try and find a way around it?
I think we can find a way around it.
Or we could lay a trap.
With what?
Crystals.
Crystals of what?
Geological
deadfall?
origin. Is that?
You mean dig it? You mean dig a deadfall to fall on top of it?
Yeah.
With what?
We don't exactly
Probably
have mining
rocket
equipment.
fuel. Rocket fuel can melt through steel girders, then it could probably melt through crystal.
Do you have sabotage?
No.
Do you have craft?
Yeah, I believe I have craft. Hold on.
Okay.
Nice.
I suppose in theory
I
we
have
could do it.
craft, yes.
The problem is the creature is like it's as big as a car, right? It was size +1, right?
Yeah, it's size +1.
Right. So it's bigger than a giant. It's easily like it's easily like a 2-ton creature, maybe more. And also it was armored with a special carapace on its front. Any dead we would have to do a serious engineering of a deadfall to rig to fall on it. And we have your hypergolic fuel. I have some grenades that we could in theory use to try and trigger a quake fall. But then we kind of have the added problem that I think any kind of deadfall that would hurt it would also seal the cavern.
Well, again, it's only one branch. We take care of the branch that it's in. Worst case scenario, we seal that branch off, we go down a different branch.
I would think it would make more sense just to, like, if we found another way, we just seal off the creature from coming at us rather than worry about timing it to be an actual deadfall. I think because there's no reason to kill it. We don't.
Well, the problem is that it could wander back up our escape route and then trap us down here.
Well, that's kind of a problem because in order to have a working escape route, you see where I'm coming from? In order to have a working escape route, it would have to be something the creature could actually go through.
What is imagine a pitchfork, right? A pitchfork 3 times the main route. Our main route is the shaft of the pitchfork, and say we have 3 tines going forwards, and it's occupying tine middle. What if it comes up tine middle and into the main shaft, and on our way out, it's there in front of us, and we have no escape route? That's my concern. If we try to kill it in middle trine and succeed in only sealing off, well, then it's still stuck down there. So,
well, if hypergolic fuel could actually carve these crystals, I thought we were in a geode cavern where these crystals were actually made by those kinds of temperatures.
I don't know. I'm spitting conspiracy theories at you. Take what you will from my.
I mean, lasers, I think, would make more sense.
I mean, at the same time, Xenharmonic weaponry as well.
Yeah,
we're not exactly prepared for a long-term project down here, though.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You have a Xenharmonic blade. That would actually be a lot better.
Yeah.
But I don't know who's actually in charge. You're in charge of this mission, aren't you?
I mean, I am ranking on this mission, sure.
Well, you hired us. You're the one who's paying us, right?
Right, but if you wander into Jurassic Park just because you have the money doesn't mean you don't listen to the dinosaur hunters.
It probably would be best to just try to avoid it altogether, is kind of my opinion.
So wait. So if I listen to Dinosaur Hunters, Neferu is our dinosaur hunter. Does that mean we're taking orders from Neferu?
Are you? Is he? But Griff is the one wearing a dinosaur shirt.
That's true.
Sure.
Well, who would you trust? Someone wearing a dead dinosaur on their shirt or an actual dinosaur?
If you want to spend some time carving out a deadfall, I do have craft and team player.
I was just putting it out there as an idea. If you guys are 100% against it, then we can just wander in and counter it later.
I'm thinking I'm guessing it's an animal, so it probably isn't going to mess with us if we can stealth around it. I would rather just try to stealth.
Do we still contain the scent of its dead babies? Is all I'm wondering.
Well, it has been clarified that there are pools of water down here and other wildlife and things growing, so...
I smell like fear.
Yeah.
I mean, I do.
I'm just saying, we did kill its children, so... I don't know how intelligent or sapient it really is.
I'm guessing if we could injure it, it would go away. So
we did that. It charged at us.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going. We might not even have to come back this way. We might find the keys, and they might have like another way to get out of here. Or we could get killed just retrieving the keys in the first place.
And then we have nothing to worry about.
Pretty much. There could even be a cache of weapons where the keys are.
Sure thing. Let's continue.
I
Right.
mean,
We know
maybe.
nothing about where this thing is located, what defenses are around it, and I really don't think the natives at all would possibly know either.
All
Especially
we know
not
is we know the natives don't come in here because it's dangerous, and I believe we have a first-hand account that their story checked out.
This is very true.
Who's
So
in the lead?
what would you like to do? What's the? Are you going to
am
try
I-
to create a pitfall?
Am I in the lead or?
Tell you what. Yeah, Ezra, why don't you take a lead on this? What's your opinion? What should we do?
No, I mean let's go. Let's go find the keys.
Okay, so we will
agree.
bypass it, I think, is the plan.
I mean, if you think we don't have any plans of the mine or anything, do we?
Nope.
No.
No. I mean, the only other thing I could think of is the thing I'm really worried about is any deadfall that might kill the creature might also block the cavern.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would be worried about. So we might as well
Right,
just try
getting
to go
lost
around.
down here forever would be the worst outcome.
I mean, the creature's made of crystal, so any deadfall that would kill it would probably also, because if it's big, if the deadfall isn't big enough to seal off the cavern, it's big enough for the creature to dodge around it. So, yeah, let's try to find another way around it. Is anyone here a skilled caver? I think we said no last time.
That's correct.
I mean, unless there's a specific skill for caving.
There is. It's called spelunking.
Yeah.
There's a gift in the game called spelunking.
Right, no, I mean a skill associated with it.
Well, academics would be able to let us study the geology. Observation would let us study that. Who has the science kit?
This is basically Dr. Lisk.
Yeah, it's basically probably going to be Dr. Lisk who
He's
will be
been
at.
doing academics and
yeah.
observational array just to try to follow the signal down.
Right. So we could try to use the science kit to take geological surveys. That might be slow going, during which we have to be on constant vigilance to make sure we're not ambushed by a death rock monster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just the usual day.
Typical day.
Well, the doctor can assist. Well, my doctor.
Yeah, so let's give me a roll to try to chart a way around this where this creature's direct path. Observation and it was academics.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll aid.
Probably mind, I guess, right?
Yeah, and mind.
Okay.
Survey.
Yeah, you can add a survey bonus.
Okay. I am going to be on lookout.
I
Okay.
assist. I give you a D8.
Good.
Let me finish typing up my dice codes here.
Yeah.
Mind
Ezra,
and
you want to roll your
academics.
observation? Yeah. Academics, observation, mind.
And survey bonus if you have it.
That's another D8.
3 6s. You've doomed result. I'm joking.
So, and you were assisting there?
Yes.
Ezra,
That's
were you
rather
going
helpful.
to assist?
He's on the lookout.
Okay, so he's just busy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow, that is certainly. In fact, you find he was in one of the more out of the way caverns. And by going back and backtracking, now that you actually have done the calculations again, you realize there was actually a quicker route down. Can I have everyone roll their mind and observation?
Oh boy.
Okay, so my first 2 dice are my mind and my observation. My third die is the survey bonus from my suit, because I have a high-tech suit. And the last one's my freaking danger sense, because I have danger sense.
And that will be useful here.
The
Yes.
4 on mine is my survey bonus.
As a bonus to sense something that is actively dangerous. If it's just scoping us, then no.
All right. So Midland has 1, and Lisk has 2. And do the hunters have observation? They sure do.
She's
Here
feeling
is-
stupid today from her addiction, but her Dedeku is way up high.
And the hunter does not have very much.
All right. When rolling for monsters that are hiding, what is the typical
Usually,
method?
the
I'm just trying
recommendation
to make sure.
the recommendation in the book is to roll and count their 4s or better. So count how many successes they got. So since you're going to murder us, you might as well tell me how many successes you got.
I didn't roll it yet, so I was just making sure.
Yeah, and usually that's as close, and that determines, like, we're going back to old school D&D 3 for this, which is the margin of their successes versus our successes is how close they can get before our combat actually can break out. So, for example, I've got 3 successes. So, in order for someone to get near me, they would have to have 4, and to start close to me, they would have to have 5. And remember, this is Cardinal, so whoever starts the fight goes first. So you could, if they have 4 successes, put them within 3 meters of me and say, "Someone's here." And then if they have 5 successes, you put them like next to me and say, "Someone's here."
Let's just see.
And
I'll
then I
just
would
roll how
roll.
many successes they have.
Conversely,
And
a bunch of us
usually-
only have 1 success, so.
Right. So they could ambush somebody who's not me. I could try to burn one of my successes to give somebody a boost. Right. So they have 3 successes. So they could get within either visibility, assuming they have stuff to hide behind, because that's always a GM call. They could get within 10 meters of us. And this is a cave, so they could probably get within 10 meters of us. We've got a big chart in the book that has suggestions for visibility, but like, it's a cave. Can we really see more than 10 meters?
That's a good question. So you guys are proceeding down several of these tunnels for a while, and you're winding down in what you feel like is deeper and deeper inside the core of this planet. And you break out from these tunnels you're traveling and seem to get larger and larger as they're expanding, and some of them start breaking into small caverns which you're darting through. And you reach the first cavern that you can't see across, even with any of your lights or reflecting it off the crystals or any of the bioluminescence. It's enormous, and there's crystals jutting out. What was that?
There's bioluminescence down here?
A little bit. There's just small amount of luminescence that will catch off some of the crystals and then make everything low light. Essentially, everything is dimly lit in all of these caverns you've been through.
Neat.
You start following or trying to follow this signal, so it's almost like you're wandering through this cavern at first. And as you're moving around, Ezreal, you notice that some of the small crystal spurs around you are like every time you've been looking around, some of them have been moving.
The crystals
And
themselves are moving.
yes, and you get to a certain point where you're fairly certain you're close to surrounded, where you see several crystals in every direction around you. When you hear a voice, it's very low, and it seems to carry an echo around in the cavern around you, and it just seems to come from the crystals themselves. Who are you?
Oh, hi,
To tangle with the child of the Great One.
Oh, great. Why are they always great ones? Why are they never like adequate ones or just the one?
Do you want to worship an adequate one?
Well, we workshopped it, and average didn't pull very well. Spendifilus was just a little bit hard to spell. We settled on great.
Well, I'm a
who are all of you that know the way of market
wonderful.
research?
never better one. No one beats the Great One. Nobody.
The tribe over has the coolest one.
We've come to offer tribute to the Great One for passage through here. I'm a mercenary. I'm not good at this. Oh, yeah, I am good at this. I have negotiation. Yeah, we're just passing through.
No one passes through. Do you know how often we get visitors? It's like never.
There's a guard at the gate. I'm not surprised.
Who are we
Where
talking
have
to?
you?
Who
Where
are
have
all
you
of you?
come from?
Oh yeah, you guys can hear. I'm gonna have to turn to the rest of the guys. So you guys can hear this too, right?
Hear what?
We totally can, right?
You totally can.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't
Wow.
do deceit with me. I know your character doesn't have any deceit. I said no, May.
You think I don't have deceit? Okay.
I know you don't have deceit. Oh, that's right. You have 9 elective marks. You probably have 1. Anyway, but the walls say we can't go through.
They just asked us who we are, I think.
Oh, I said I was Ezreal.
My name's Mitherlin. I've come from off-world. I'm looking for something.
You hear a muttering as you say that. That kind of goes around, and then you hear it all silences at once. What have you come seeking?
I'm following a signal. It should lead to a key.
Ah, you too hear the mother song.
If that's what you call it, we've been following it for some time.
It is the music that guides our lives. Those who hear it and those who channel it may lead our people.
Oh, that's kind of fascinating.
I'm so glad we didn't make a deadfall of half their population.
Whoops.
They're still young.
Why do you seek this music?
There are a lot of people out there who could be hurt if we don't find it.
For we are the keepers of the tune.
We are the key masters. Are you the gatekeeper?
There has been a prophecy amongst our people that there would eventually come those who would take back the mother's song. But we have prepared for just this occasion. We have heard, or we have not, but we have maintained the ways as we were ordered to and instructed to.
By Lazaro?
There's another murmur around. You know of the Lazaro?
We are also prophets of the song.
Yes, he and I are great friends.
At that, there's another murmur that runs out amongst them. You have spoken to? You have seen the Lazaro?
We've done more than that. We've helped him out of quite a number of mines in the past.
There's a commotion, and finally, from one of the crystals steps a Lamphir, and the Lamphir says, "It's the same voice you've been hearing so far. If this is true, then you are truly those who have been sent. We will allow you passage.
That's wonderful.
You may
Thank you.
you may come with us."
I'll
You know what?
gladly go with them.
I'm tempted to have Nefera put on the hat as to like really look the part.
Oh, you put on the hat, and it starts making a little bit of a sound, and there's more murmurs. And as you've put on the hat, there are some creatures step out from all around you, and About half of them look like they're the first thing is almost a shimmering, and you notice the crystals part, and they're vaguely humanoid with arms that end in fans of crystal that they were using to cover and almost camouflage their body. And what's unusual is some of them have hints of other creatures in them. So one will look
Hmm.
like crystal with a lamphir side of their head, or will have like a Trudon leg, or some like each a different aspect of another race. And some of them look very similar to uh, almost completely. You see um, a you see one that looks human, one that looks a Shato. Uh, it looks like almost every race in the galaxy is vaguely represented among these crystal creatures.
Interesting. Are we looking at a bunch of mutants here? I wonder.
We can't hear you,
I was just
Rafferty.
thinking, yeah, we're gonna be a bunch of spare parts, aren't we?
Oh,
Don't make me
yeah.
get mad.
So they they lead you down deeper into this large cavern with which expands even larger about, and you can't even see the walls around you. And in the very center, you see. At first, it just looks like a large chaotic jumble of crystals, but as you get closer, you can make out what looks to be a small city built out of crystals.
Ooh.
Welcome to the heart of Delix, one of them says. And you're led in with a procession, and as you come in, you can hear clinking and clattering, almost like wind chimes of crystals, as there's chattering between more of these creatures, and they all make these strange sounds in whatever their language is. It's all very musical, but one of them will uh, lean to you and say, "We're celebrating. We're so excited to have you here."
This is sort of fascinating. Do the people on the surface even know you're here?
They look to each other. No, no
They
one
are the
knows we are
people,
here.
boss. They are native people on the surface.
They lead you into pretty much the center of town, and they take you over to a crystal building, and they say this will be your your chambers for the duration of while you stay here. I must speak to the elders, and then they may speak to you. And oh, this is so exciting! There will be a feast.
I look at like one of the cookbooks to serve man. Oh no.
We don't get many visitors often, but uh, well, if you need anything, you may talk to me. I can be your translator and your guide. My name is Naya, and this is the Lamphir
Mhm.
that you've seen.
Pleasure night. All right. So, well, we got a guide, we got a whole city, and we got some time to kill.
And some very
Uh,
hungry natives.
hey, how about I go ahead and gossip up the town?
So you start exploring your little hovel that they've given you, which is it's
Mhm.
quite nice, although everything is made out of crystal. There's some moss growing on some like on what looks like beds and benches for more comfortable spots. It seems like they incorporate even mushrooms and other things inside the very nature of their homes. And
Mhm.
yeah, give me that questioning roll.
Let's do it. And I could throw in more assists if anyone else is here chattering with me, or I could just be the one doing it, which gives me 2
I
right
can
now.
aid.
Okay.
Is it mind and questioning?
Yeah.
It's a D8.
Bam. That is 3 successes now. So you and I go around questioning the natives.
What are you asking about? What are you trying to What are you trying to
How
know?
did all of you get down here? What exactly are all of you? A crystal creature that's metamorphosized? One of the goo-based creatures up above that's transformed? What exactly are all of you? And how did you get here?
They refer to themselves as the children of the crystal,
Mhm.
and they refuse to answer that question. They just
So
describe it as they describe it as their birth,
Mhm.
he who
and
walks
and
behind
most
the
of
light.
them are very tight-lipped about it. You notice that even though you're asking about it and you're warming up people with questions, as soon as you bring that up, they go dead silent.
Alexandra, you got a question?
No, I'm just like backing up whatever you say with like details and facts.
Okay. So let's see. So they won't really answer what exactly they are. What about like how long they've all been here? Has it only just been since Lazaro got here, or were you here before he got here?
We've been here forever. This has been our home.
Like how
We
many generations then?
They have been here for what seems like uh at least 3 generations.
Okay, there we go. So that gives us at least a time frame then.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But it
Oh,
seems like they say they've been here for several generations, but they've only found themselves with the coming of Lazaro and the song.
I see. Uh, and with this song, So Lazaro came here, he dropped it on them, they started worshiping it. What kind of questions should I ask relating to all of that? Um, so what exactly is this prophecy you guys were talking about before? You said you already predicted we would be here? Like exactly us or just a group?
We
What's
were
going on?
we w- the prophecy. Well, I don't know the exact details. Those are what the elders read and study, but most everyone around here knows that the great the great Lazaro brought the music to bring life to the inside
Mhm.
of Delix and meaning, and then he said that someday he or his representatives would return to reclaim the crystal or the song, not the
Okay,
crystal.
that makes sense. And what about after that? Anything about the prophecies and that?
Nope, just the just the fulfillment of satisfying Lazaro and his return. We don't know what's to happen. This is an exciting time for us.
We see. All right. Well, that all makes sense then. So I'll pass off the torch to someone else then. I've asked my questions, and that's what I'm spending my time with.
All right. Yeah, it's interesting while you're asking all those questions and you're questioning, these creatures are asking you everything about how you arrived, who you are, what you like. They're asking. It seems like they're completely oblivious of the outside world, um, and they're
Mhm.
they love like everything about you is very foreign to them.
Right, and I'll definitely like tell them like what the surface of their own world is like and what's going on up there. It's like, yeah, you got a whole museum up there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, a whole one. It's a tourist attraction.
What is a tourist attraction?
It's a thing that draws people to come see it from elsewhere.
Wild
Usually, you charge people money to see it.
money. Well, let's have money then. We'd love to take it.
No, trust me, you don't want it. You're better off without it.
All right, fair, fair. So it's a few hours, but finally Naya arrives once more, and you've just gotten back from kind of asking around and kind of meeting all the locals who are very interested in chattering with you, and this the lamb for your bows, and if you'll come this way, the elders will see you.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk with a limp and kind of like, my limbs are terrible. You really don't want any of these. I've got like gout and arthritis and everything.
So you arrive in this small chamber in which there are four cubbies in the wall, and inside each one of those cubbies is, even though it's well illuminated with crystals, there's just a little bit of shadow uh, to cast on their faces. It looks like two of them might be human. One of them looks to be an elver, and the last one looks to be a Trudon, and all of them look aged, weary. They're starting to almost wilt. And Naya leads you ahead, and he says, "These are the ones who have come claiming Lazaro's great name. They have come to take the the mother's music." And
Oh, that's us.
there's a silence, and one of them, one of the humans, will call out, "Why have you come to take it now?"
There are others out there hunting for it right now, and they plan to take it, and not for Lazaro. They've captured and maybe even hurt him. We are fighting against them.
"Tell us of Lazaro."
I'll tell them what I know. We know he's the planetary governor. We're friends. We've rescued him before, and he's currently captured by the Malmangati. So I'll weave a little bit of a story for that.
"So you think yourselves worthy to take the music, then?"
There's a worthiness trial.
"The music is no longer held by us, but more its location is held protected by our tribe. We can show you the way in to the heart, the labyrinth of crystal that forms the heart of Delix, but we cannot ensure your safety inside."
That's understood. What is this heart, this labyrinth?
"It is the music that makes Delix sing. The heart of the crystal is in the center of the planet, and its music lends growth to all the crystals that you see around it."
Hmm. And if I remember, like, my time at the museum and like the crystal growth section, like it didn't say something like this place has only been growing for like the past 3 years. Before then, it was a dead planet with nothing.
N- The the Kaleidoscoporium, now that you're thinking about it, was only founded about 4 years ago.
Hmm. All right. But these guys have been down here for generations. Interesting. Okay.
Maybe their generations aren't so long.
So, what are the sort of dangers here in this labyrinth?
My Our hunters have told you already of the child that they've told me already that you fought with a child of the Great One. It is said that the mother's song is guarded by the Great One itself.
I'll just give everyone a quick look. It's like there's an even bigger one.
But
There's always a bigger crystal.
it is also said that the very music of the mother's song is said to drive those in the labyrinth crazy, for it echoes on and on inside those tight halls. We have had our own our chosen have tried to venture in their halls and have all failed.
Damn. Right now, I could really use chime in. If there was ever a time to have a psychic rock here, this would be it.
Well, do you need some sort of connection to
Oh, I presume some kind of conductor would be able to figure something out about this song, or at least not let us fall into madness when we go down.
I mean, I'm not connected as a conductor, Mike, but I have some knowledge of psychic.
Well,
Well,
maybe
you've
that could
heard
help.
about the people who've gone crazy due to the weird music that only they can hear, right?
Yup.
Yes, I too have been to those places.
Man, it's so loud in here.
Uh, Going mad doesn't sound great, but we don't really have much of another choice, do we?
I don't know. Being sane hasn't done much for me.
Is there anything all of you do to about this music?
It is our holy voice. Those that can hear it become our priests.
Ah, I see. Hmm. And have any of you seen the source or the mother before? Or
Not a
is it
good
just
movie.
tales?
We have no one has journeyed to the into the labyrinth and returned
Oh, we got good odds then.
ever.
Great odds.
Well, one of them says, "Well, that is not true. Lazaro first journeyed into the labyrinth." That is correct. Lazaro has journeyed to the center of the labyrinth before.
Hmm. I don't suppose he left anything behind. He has a place in town, left a
I do
note.
not know. He does not maintain a residence here. He has not returned since his departure. His
Okay.
original.
I suppose if there was anything he used, he didn't leave it here, so that's unfortunate. So I guess we're sort of on our own if we decide to go in there. Well, this is gonna be great.
As the chosen of Lazaro, I'm sure you will succeed marvelously.
Well, we don't have any other choice but to succeed. I think if we get some time to prepare, uh, would you guide us there?
We will take you to the labyrinth. Yes,
Excellent.
that will be our duty, and we will guard the entrance until your presumed death.
Oh, how nice. That
Or
everyone's so
return.
confident in
Or
us.
return. We've
Or
had.
return.
I know it's just we haven't had a great success rate previously.
Well, hopefully we can be the first, or second, as it will be.
We have heard some word of others in the caverns recently, but we presume that was you. How long have you been delving for the labyrinth?
It's been less than a couple of days, hasn't it?
There's a moment of silence, and then you are not alone in hunting for the song. We will do what we can, but we don't know who these intruders are.
Well, I can take a guess. They'll be Malbengati for sure.
We do not recognize them, but for their shape. Do they have? Are they spider-like?
You hit it on the head.
We have seen their type, but we know who they traveled with initially, and they are our enemy. If they travel with our enemy, then our enemies are enemies. Our However that saying goes, we're not well traveled. We don't know what it is.
It's kind of a curious thing. They describe Rax as looking spider-like, but not in this world where you would describe a spider as looking Rax-like.
It's a mini Rax. It's a Rax, but 1/8 their normal
Just
size.
did that Rax look like a Rax, perhaps?
But
I fly the Millennium Falcon. What's a Falcon?
it just seems like a Rax could go to any world, but a spider is basically strapped to the world it's on. So Rax would be
That's
the
true.
more eponymous name of a thing than a spider would.
Yeah. Well, we're allied for now, and we'll gladly accept all of your help. If we can go in and retrieve this, then hopefully we can get it out without the Malmengadi getting a hold of it.
Do you wish to go now, or I assume your journeys have been long?
Well, I say let's rest for now. We'll sleep for the night, and we'll head out in the morning.
Delightful.
Speaking words that they don't recognize.
Then you'll stay for the feast.
Yeah, boss, I think we should get out of here as quickly as possible.
I guess the question is, like, how long have we been traveling today?
Well, we've already blown through a lot of stuff that requires rest. I mean, Nefru over there has the shakes. I've already blown through my personality.
Right. We
Your
probably
dog's coming
ought
down.
to rest.
No, but on the other hand, do you see these people? Do you see the same thing I'm looking at?
Well, group huddle here. How are we going to tackle this? There's incredible danger and madness, and we're not good at either of those.
We're pretty good at the madness part.
Okay, fair. Alexandre, do you have a plan for how you could maybe defer the madness, or anything we can do
To defer the madness?
to not go crazy while we're down there?
Focus on something.
All right. So maybe we'll rest, and you can guide us through some meditation techniques, so that when we go down there, we will be at least somewhat inured to it.
What if we just rest at the entrance? They're gonna guard the entrance until we get back. What if we just rest right in front of them, right at the entrance?
Well, they're guarding us right here.
Yeah, but the entrance is further away from here.
Mhm.
Let's be a couple of them. That way, if something comes up from there, we have them to guard us, or at least respond to whatever comes, and we're not in the middle of all of this. Seems like the perfect middle ground.
You guys are the bosses. I don't think we should be resting in front of a bunch of chimerical mongrels like this.
Honestly, I don't need a rest at all. I'm still 100%. But you people seem like you're about to die, so.
No, he's fine. He's gonna be addicted tomorrow as much as he's gonna be addicted today.
I suppose, Nefiru, how are you feeling? Do you think you can handle this if we go in right now?
Can't talk. Coming down.
Or
Well, I mean,
you know,
technically, you'd
maybe
be
we do
riding
need to get
high.
that rest.
You'd be riding high right now because you need the depressants to
No,
come down.
Nefru is strung out. They're fatigued and addicted. They're coming down.
Maybe we do need that rest.
Sigh.
Again, I'm
Well,
perfectly fine, so.
I'm outvoted, so all right.
So where are you going to rest? Are you going to rest in the city, or like Alexander suggests, at the very entrance of the labyrinth?
Alexandre.
Alexandre.
Sure. Let's rest outside. At least then we can go through the meditation techniques that Alexandre has. So we'll take them up on their offer now. We'll head down there. We'll
But the
rest while we're there.
feast! You'll miss the great feast!
Well, we've missed every feast before this one, so what's one more?
We're throwing it in your honor.
We keep getting invited to parties and we keep skipping out on them. How can we keep doing this?
I mean, with 10,000 worlds, I've missed just about every party there is.
You know what? I'm gonna go to the party. Well,
Delightful.
I'm staying here.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's so exciting. We'll have a guest. The rest of you enjoy sleeping on hard crystal. We're going to party. So how many folks are going to stay for the feast?
I will use my etiquette to get out of the feast in a kindly and non-obtrusive manner.
Okay. Neferu and Ezreal?
I'm going to assist Alexandra and the play excuse, as I am Alexandra's retinue.